All right. How we doing? 9 o'clock. Just want to make sure I am visible and audible because I've got this whole thing set up. I had to reset it all up. All right. I see it there. Let me make sure I got audio. 9 o'clock. There we go. There's audio. Okay. Very good. Once I got it all set up, then I'll clean my cable mess that I've made here. I watched a couple streams earlier. I watched Tank's video. I missed the stream because I was still setting things up. Frank on Tank Radio, and he had a guy about the eclipse and stuff, so that was pretty cool. And it reminded me to make sure I have these available, and also to remind everyone, if you're going to get them, don't have them, your eclipse glasses, order them now because it takes a couple days to get to you. I think Amazon for 5 pair, and this little, I'm just going to tape it to my camera, to my phone. You just hold it in front of the phone. I think the lens is too small for my nice Canon camera, but I'll just let my phone just record the whole 6 or 7 minutes with that, and then we got glasses for everybody. So if you don't have them, make sure you order them for next week. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do. I was thinking I may live stream while operating. I was interested in the stuff that the guy on Tank Radio talked about. So we'll see. I'm not sure. Looks like I'm getting really loud here. I'm going to bring that down a little bit and see how that is. I was hitting the red. Maybe that's a little better, so I'm not blowing anybody's ears out. So anyway. And then I just caught the end of Ham Radio 2.0 Jason's stream. It looked like he might have been. I think maybe the new owner of MTC, or it was something about MTC. I caught the end of it, so I'm not exactly sure. But the guy was funny because he said something like, "It's going to be great," and maybe it's a grand opening or something. And then he said, "If I." What did he say? If I lose everything or something? And he goes, I've done it before. So he's got a positive attitude. If he's the one that bought the MTC, because I remember they were selling it. So that'll be interesting. I've never been up there. I've ordered from them online, but I've never been up there. I'm also trying some Bluetooth headphones that I usually use for my music, and it seems to work as well. Hopefully they're not getting double, because I didn't add the audio from these. So you should just be getting the Bluetooth Yeti. Or the Blue Yeti. So anyway, let's get to it. Tonight, I wasn't sure what I was going to talk about, but then this issue came up with some noise as I was scanning the 10-meter band, trying to do a little SSB on the WPX contest, which was crazy. This is the weekend to get some contacts, and what a great time during the 11-year cycle. I actually got Lebanon. It was a first for me, and I just saw today he confirmed on Logbook of the World. Let's see, get rid of. Let's get rid of. Oh, I don't even have my main screen up there. Well, let's get the main screen up there, monitor 1. And we'll put that right there and go over this maybe. Let's see if you see that. All right, I should see my logbook. So where did he go? Oh, he was 20 meters. Okay, never mind. He was 20 meters right here. Hi, Bill, or Bob. Welcome. I don't need to type that, I guess. Yeah. So this was Lebanon. It was crazy. If I should have got a screenshot of the PSK reports on my ham clock, because it was insane how many people were hearing me. So I got this guy Lebanon. and he confirmed, so that was cool. Was that Friday? I think maybe, I can't remember. Yeah, it must have been Friday night maybe. But anyway, I was watching someone else's stream and was just doing this, and he confirmed. I got Ecuador, Netherlands, and Ireland that night. And then during this WPX contest, I just flipped on 10 meters, and it was crazy insane. This was just like, basically, I could get a QSO a minute with this, or even better if I was really doing it. I was just casually doing it. But this Antigua, that was actually my first international, other than Japan, my first international destination outside, besides Japan, was Antigua, and that was on a beautiful island. But I was able to get some cool ones: Martinique, Cuba, Hawaii, Morocco, and these were some cool call signs. They popped up, and as I just scrolled around 10 meters and decided a QSO, I was casually doing it. Not really doing the contest. I submit the log, but it was fun, and definitely WPX SSB is the weekend to get some great contacts. Any technicians on 10 meters should have been able to do really well as well. So, all right, let's talk about my issue this weekend with some noise I was getting across the bands. Let me get rid of this, bring up this, and let me show you. I've set it back up the way it was before I found it, or before I figured it out. So let's do this. That is my current SDR or whatever from my 101D. That's what I'm getting right now on 10 meters. Let's see. Let's get some audio in here. Okay. Let me bring that audio up. Okay, can you hear that? I'm getting it here. Sounds like somebody's trying to talk though too. Yeah, somebody's talking. Just get out of that a little bit. All right. Is that audio coming through? So this is what I was getting. I mean, just, you don't even need the audio. Look at this. Look at this video of the SDR stream. I couldn't figure it out. It was going on for a couple of weeks. Maybe more. Maybe 2, 3, 4 weeks. I hadn't contested in a while and really looked. Mostly FT8. And I wasn't really doing much 10 meters. Let's go down a little bit. Look at this. You see how see that one there, right? At 895. And look at this. At about 75 kilohertz later, another one, and it does the whole way, or at least in the band, right? Let's go to 21. Look, same thing. It was literally just destroying every band. This one, so you can see it again. It's not as obvious, but you can see it right here and there. See it popping up right there. And then listen in the background. I don't know if you could catch this. Let me turn it up. Oh, this one might not be the best frequency. Let me turn it down. Let me go back to 10. Okay, do you hear that ticking? Tick, 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 tick. Hey, Steve, welcome. So it wasn't even just that on 10 meters or so. It seemed like it was about 75 hertz away or kilohertz away. If I'm getting that right. Megahertz, kilohertz, yeah. And then there was this ticking, tick, tick, tick. It was driving me insane. So I'll turn that down. You guys don't need to hear that. So of course, you know, I had my thoughts and things I've heard over the 10 or 11 years of being a ham radio operator and learned, and lights, solar panels, not proper grounding, not proper bonding, other things plugged in, my computer, all these things, right, are coming into my mind. So if I go to Here, let's bring this back. So you just go online. This is for people who don't, fully understand it, but where to turn for information, no better than dummies.com. So it talks about power line is a steady intermittent buzzing. There's industrial equipment can cause line noise, defective contacts, like something maybe not giving full contact, dimmers, speed controls, vehicle ignition noise, electrical fences, and then other things. This applies more to my issue, what I thought was going on. Computers, video game consoles, networks. I've got 40-something Wi-Fi devices connected. Well, not all Wi-Fi. 40-something devices connected in my house. At least half of those are Wi-Fi, probably more are Wi-Fi. Cable TV leak, I don't have that. Plasma TVs, I don't have that. But I do have LED TVs and LCD or LED, whatever. And on my computer, and unfortunately I don't have the other camera set up, and it's a big cable mess right now. But I've got LED key and an LED mouse pad, keyboard pad. I've got my web cameras. I've got LED audio lights. I've got an LED light to the right, an LED light, ring light facing me that's for some reason looks like I've got rosacea on my face. I'm not sure why that's that way. But oh yeah, the electric fences. Sorry, I wasn't watching the chat. Yeah, it's so you had to figure it out. So I initially assumed, okay, it's got to be one of these USB things. It's got to be one of these unnecessary things that I don't need. Let me see if I can turn that off if it gets rid of the red. No, it actually makes it more red. Let me do it brighter. Maybe that helps. So I started unplugging stuff. Looking at the back of the radio, I was unplugging I thought, well, I plugged in the line in to the computer so you'd get the audio. I thought maybe that. I was unplugging everything. And then I thought, all right, I'm going to start shutting breakers off. Let's see, maybe it's something going on in the other, my boys have computers running. They've got a lot less than what I've got going on, but they got computers and things running. We've got Google speakers and all sorts of stuff. So I started going around flipping switches. AC, I shut off my solar panels. I had my my security camera in front of the monitors, and then I just look at my phone as I flip switches and I would watch it. The only one I didn't switch off was The Office, because The Office was running the radio. So here's the spot where I should insert. What I should have done at that point was plug my radio into a battery and shut off The Office and see if it worked. I didn't do that. Looking back now, I should have done that. So nothing in the house. I thought, okay, what the freak is going on? I'm going to try and see if it's something maybe I got a bad coax. Maybe I got a bad connection outside. I recently buried the cable. It's buriable cable, but I recently buried it. I thought, okay, it's got to be a connection outside. So I disconnected the antenna, plugged in my Hustler. I plugged in hopefully you can't hear that. I just realized my wife's speaker's on here and she's got me on live. I disconnected the Hustler, connected a fresh line of Messi and Poloni 50-foot coax to the Chameleon little PRV vertical, that little adjustable coil vertical. Came back in, noise. I'm like, all right, that's it. I'm cutting it all out. I'm taking my battery pack out. I'm going to get my G90. I'm going to plug it in. I've got to figure this out. So I get the G90 out, totally disconnected from everything, and I plug in. Hold on. Let me do this. Okay. And then I plug in. Oh, let me get it. It's right here. This little, I got it at an auction for $75. Okay, this little all powers. Hopefully you can see that. All powers. Maybe if I hold it closer. and turn off that ring light. It's the All Powers little battery backup power source. So I had it plugged in. I unplugged it, took it out, plugged it in to the radio. Went on. I had no noise. The noise was gone. And so I was like, well, what the heck? Then it's got to be maybe something in my attic or whatever. So here's where I found it out. I came back into the house. This was sitting outside. Okay. I reconnected everything back to my home, the Hustler to the coax, my ground and all that back into my 101D. Let's go. I don't think I have it. Oh, here. So here's there's the all powers. So this, again, remember, this was plugged in outside to the G90. I come in, I reconnect my 101D, and guess what was gone on the 101D? The noise was gone. So now check this out. Let's go back to this. Look at 10 meters. What the heck? It's clear. What the heck did I change? Oh, wait a minute. I've got that power thing outside plugged into the radio. It's not plugged into my wall. So now watch this. When I just had it plugged in just to keep it trickle charged or whatever. So watch when I plug in this All Powers portable power station. Look at that. Can you believe it? There it is again. It wasn't the power backup station, and it was actually clean when I connected my G90. This little, it's only $200 right now on sale. I got it at an auction. I think it was a return or something for like 80 bucks. It was very clean power when I was using it. But when it's plugged in, and it's 100% right now, when it's plugged in, I don't know if it's some kind of, maybe one of you guys will know, it's some kind of trickle charge or something to do with the battery maintenance or something. It was keeping it was sending out some kind of dirty signal. So I'm going to unplug it again, and listen how quiet 10 meters becomes. Look at that. That's beautiful. And I have no attenuation. I usually run it at negative 6 dB. So that's beautiful, man. And 10 meters was banging today. So I don't know if you guys know the electronics inside there, what that entails when you actually plug it in. But yeah, that's what it was. That's what was messing me up, was just keeping that thing plugged in. Of course, I haven't read the manual if I'm supposed to do that or not. But let's look at it, Cliff. Here, let me go back. Let's look at it. And I'll turn off the radio there. So it's LiFePO 4's in there. Here's the specs. 600 watt AC pure sine wave inverter. Is that what it is? I have no idea, man. I don't know that kind of stuff. Smart control monitor and All Powers app, which I didn't even know. Yeah, I guess I need to download the app. Fast charging, safe, reliable UPS support. That doesn't include the solar charger. I'm assuming that's what it is, Cliff. Do you think it's like some kind of little test signal to see if it needs charged for some kind of charging maintenance or something, maybe? So look, you can power up to 8 devices simultaneously. What I'll probably do sometime is I'll take this and test it, and I'll run POTA something or whatever, 50 watts, or do digital or something, and see how long it lasts and do a little review on it. But 0 to 99% recharge in an hour. Yeah, the charger is built into it. It plugs in. This is the cable Plugs in with, it looks like a standard, like what you'd find in a power supply on a computer or whatever. And so it's built in. It's all built in. Here, let's see if this shows it. I didn't even know it had an app. Let's see. 10 millisecond switchover time. 5-year warranty. So here, it's got the overcharge protection, overload protection, short circuit protection, overcurrent protection, over discharge protection, low temperature protection. It's got all the protections. So this part on this right side, I don't know if that's your right side on you. Oh, I'm in the way. Shoot, hold on. Let me get rid of me. So it has all these protections here. So this is the plug-in right here. So the unit on this section, or look, it even has the rapid charge for the phone. This side over here must be the charging section. So do you think it just pulses to test to see if it needs charged, or what I'll probably do when I test it and do a review on it is maybe I'll drain it a bit, charge it, see if it does the same. But it was 98% when I charged it, or when I plugged it in. It was still doing it. So I think it does it no matter what. So here's some ratings it does. A car refrigerator, 40 watts, 5 to 6.5 hours. If you need to run a juicer, 30 minutes. 2 to 2.5 hours. Television, 100 watts. 7 to 8 hours with a 30-watt light. Kettle, fan, 4 to 5 hours. Airbook, camera, 20. So it's not bad for $200. And I don't know all the different ones out there, but if you guys got some, you can post them, or post them in the comment section after this goes posts. But yeah, here's the solar input, and I've got 2 separate solar panels. I've got the light, on, off, DC, AC carport, and I like the fast charger on top. It's got a great display. It really is light. Dust cover to kind of keep that covered. It's very compact, and there it is with the solar thing. So overall, I mean, I'm happy with it. I'm glad I figured this out. But next time, so I learned 2 things. Next time, look at the more simple things. But I didn't notice this a month or so ago when I first had this, and maybe it wasn't plugged in. I don't know. But try the simple things. And then the one thing I missed was plugging my radio in, and I would have found it, and I wouldn't have to do the radio setup outside if I plugged my 101D in to the battery backup source and had it been unplugged, then shut off the well, I would have noticed immediately when I plugged it in, wouldn't I? And I wouldn't have had to shut off the office power. But anyway, that's what it was. Interesting development. I think it's a pretty good deal. $199. Let's just look at. I think that's if you buy that here direct. So if you buy it direct. Let's try Amazon and put this in. Yeah, so it's cheaper just buying direct, unless perhaps they charge over $20 shipping. So this one's 600 watt, 400 watt. Was that 400 or I thought this was no? That's it. So that's it. Regular price at Amazon $219, free shipping if you have Prime. And then they've got a higher power one here, 1800 watt for $899. But anyway, so that's it. Maybe I'll set up a link or something and put it in the description afterwards for people that may be interested in it. But that's pretty much it. There was a good website at Palomar Engineers for those who want to look into it. If you just Google Palomar Engineers, Palomar Engineers, RFI kits, they got a website that kind of goes into a lot of suggestions and filters and things you can put in to get rid of noise. So for a generator, here's common mode filter, and they've just put a choke here with a bunch of loops. And you guys know, for you experienced ham radio operators know, there's a lot of ways you can cut those noises out. But anyway, lots of good information. That was all I wanted to show you tonight. A pretty good little power backup. Again, I got it on an auction, so I didn't pay a lot for it, even at $200. I may look at getting this and sending it to my son for a basic small little power backup for power outages up in Seattle. So that's pretty much it. Let's see. I would see if the pulsing slows down when the battery has. Yeah. Something makes me think that when I used it, I know this is late getting to your question, but I know there's a delay as well. But yeah, I think I used it on something, and when I plugged it in, maybe it wasn't as noticeable when it was charging. So maybe it is something to do with that trickle charge or pulse charge, like you're saying, Cliff. So I'm not sure, but I'll test it. I'll take it out and I'll hook it up to your G90. I mean my G90, and give it a full review and maybe see how long it lasts, or see how much that 20 watt G90 uses. But it might be good for a little camping or a little POTA or something, if you want the light and power charging and everything else. But anyway, so no scratches. No scratches. Pretty much stayed in the box, or on the box. And I used that new Chameleon. I was actually one of the first buyers of it. I just haven't had time to test it. And it's their, I think it's going to be on their first page. Nope, third page maybe. I thought they called it PRV. I think they changed it. Yeah, it's changed here to the Chameleon, the MCC. Oh, okay. So the whole thing with the whip is called the CHA PRV. So I got that with the whip. Yeah. So I got this setup right here. And pretty good radio antenna. So I got to do a review on that antenna as well. And actually use it, but it worked really well. Yeah, I'm gonna discharge the battery. I'm gonna test it again, and I'll post something in the description or in the chat or in the comments afterwards if I figured something else out. But that was all I wanted to show, guys. Thanks for joining. Hopefully you guys had some fun on the WPX SSB weekend, and man, it was clear. 10 meters. I'm looking. Well, it's nighttime now, but even looking at 14 meters and 7 meters, let me check it. It's still clear. Let me go back to that. There's 40 meters right now. Still pretty clear. Did I plug that back in? No. But yeah, I do occasionally get little waves or something like that, a little spike, and I'm not sure what that is. I may have to try to figure out what that is some other day, but it never really affects anything, and it's not regular. It just comes and goes once in a while. But overall, looking good. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for joining me on the Sunday Night Ragchew. Next week is going to be the preparedness. It's the first week of April, so it's my preparedness stream. Again, don't forget, guys, I'll probably talk about the oh, I forgot to put my face back on here. Let's do that. Don't forget your glasses. If you don't already have them, order them tomorrow or tonight so they get to you in time. I'll probably talk a little bit on the eclipse, and then preparedness topic next week. Thanks, guys. Cliff, And let's see, I see Steve and Bob. Thanks for joining me. And hopefully no major catastrophes or power outages next Monday during our eclipse and the influx of people that they're expecting. So thanks, guys. 73. See you next week on Sunday Night Ragchew. And if you got an idea or something, throw it in the comments or email me. You guys on here know my email. Have a good night. Have a good week. 73. Take care, everybody. We're going to close it. Sunday Night Ragchew. Finished again.